My name is Mataya. Welcome to our flow today. We'll be progressing to the pose Wild Thing today. So we'll be focusing on opening the chest and shoulders and also toning the obliques and core. We'll get started in a seat. Start by extending your legs out long. We'll set up for a wide-legged fold here. On your next inhale, reach your arms straight up towards the ceiling. Find length in the spine. Exhale, fold in between your legs. You might just hang out in stillness or use your inhale to find length in the spine. Exhale might help you fold a little bit deeper. Stay in your wide-legged fold for 3 more full cycles of breath, maybe finding a slightly deeper expression. And then slowly bring the spine back upright. And we'll open the chest. Bring your hands behind the back here, make a fist, and draw that fist down towards the ground. Open the chest, gaze up towards the ceiling. Few deep breaths here, send them into the chest. One more breath here. Then gently release that clasp and bring the spine back upright. Maybe take a quick shimmy of the shoulders. And we'll meet in half butterfly legs. Start by bending into the right knee. Bring the right sole foot anywhere to the inseam of that left leg line. We'll start with a side bend. Plant your left hand on your left leg. Then right arm reaches towards the ceiling. Then arcs up and overhead. Focus on bringing that right shoulder blade back in space to stay proud in the chest. And then use your next inhale to move back and center. From here, we'll take a baby wild thing. Plant your right hand behind your right hip. Then pick up your hips, roll onto your shin, reach the left arm back behind you. Keep picking up the hips. Gaze back towards your left fingertips. And then mindfully bring the hips back down to the mat. We'll start linking our breath to movement here. Take a big inhale and center. Exhale, take your side bend. Inhale brings you back through center. Exhale, baby wild thing. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, baby wild thing. One more round of this flow at your own breath pace. And then meet me back in stillness and center. We'll do that on the other side. Extend the right leg out long, this time left leg bends. We'll start with that side bend. Plant the right hand on the right leg, then left arm reaches, arc it up and overhead. Focus on bringing that left shoulder blade back in space. Stay proud in the chest. Good. Start to meet me back upright. Plant that left palm and then rise the hips up. Baby wild thing. Gaze back for your fingertips behind you. And then mindfully bring your hips back down to the mat. We'll pick up that flow again on this side. Big inhale at center, exhale, bend. Inhale, center, exhale, baby wild thing. Inhale, center, exhale, bend. Inhale, center, exhale, baby wild thing. One more round of this flow at your own pace. And then straighten out that leg. Bring the legs together, maybe a quick pedal of the knees. And we'll meet in tabletop here. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. From tabletop, we'll move into cat-cow. On your next inhale, come into cow pose. Chest forward, sway in the back, gaze forward. Exhale, round the spine from end to end for cat. Hollow out the body. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. And then meet me back in stillness. We'll take a three-legged table. Extend your right leg long behind you, press out through the heel. From here, maybe you stay or head towards bird dog balance. Extend your left arm forward, upper arm in line with ear. You might hold in your bird dog or head towards tiger pose. For tiger pose, kick right heel towards seat, reach with your left hand back for the big toe edge of the foot. If you made that connection, kick against your hand for a back bend. If you made that connection with your foot, start to gently release. Return back through bird dog balance, and then tabletop. We'll do that on the other side. Start by taking your three-legged table on the left. Maybe you stay or bird dog balance. Extend the right arm forward. You might hold here or take a tiger pose. Kick left heel towards seat, reach back for the big toe edge of the foot. If you made that connection, kick against your hand. You can always just energetically reach back as well. Start to release your foot, return back through bird dog balance, and then take a tabletop. Maybe cat-cow here, reset the spine. Next up, we'll take a modified side plank. Kickstand your left shin off the long left edge of the mat, and then extend your right foot back towards the left corner. Stack the shoulders, stack the hips. From here, raise the right leg up to hip height, press out through the heel, extend your right arm towards the front of the room. From here, we'll take some crunches. Take a big inhale, exhale, hug elbow to knee. Inhale, expand, exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, expand, exhale, elbow to knee. One more inhale to expand, then place the right foot back down on the mat, and we'll return back to tabletop. And do that on the other side. This time, kick the right shin off the long right edge of the mat and open up into your modified side plank. And then rise the left leg up to hip height, reach the left arm towards the front of your space. And we'll take those crunches, big inhale and center, exhale, hug elbow to knee. Inhale, expand, exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, expand, exhale, elbow to knee. One more inhale to expand, then drop the left foot back down to the mat, and we'll return back to tabletop. And then we'll take a bear plank here, tuck the toes under, and then just hover the shins off the mat. Engage your core, let the heat start to build. I'm right there with you. 2 more breaths here. Remember to breathe. Then place your knees down on the mat, tap out the toes. And then we'll all meet in plank pose here, either on your knees or on your toes. If you popped up onto your toes, come high on the ball mounds of the feet. Press into the palms, dome up in that area in between the shoulder blades. And then we'll open up into a side plank, transfer your weight into your left hand, extend your right arm up towards the ceiling. Scoop out of that bottom hip here. Start to plant the right hand back down, side plank the other way. Extend the left arm up towards the ceiling, scoop out of that bottom hip, press into the right palm. And then return back to plank and center. Hold for 2 breaths. You're so strong. And then we'll meet in downward facing dog. Pike your hips up high towards the ceiling. Once you arrive, you might pedal out the knees here. Maybe shake out the head or anything else you like to do in your downward facing dog. And we'll start into our flow here. Start by meeting me in a forward fold at the top of your space. Walk your feet all the way to your hands. From here, draw hands to shins, halfway lift the spine, gaze forward. And then meet me in upward facing mountain. So just sweep the arms up and overhead. And then mountain pose, hands pressed together in front of the heart. In mountain, take a moment here to tone your legs, tone your core. Let the shoulder blades soften down the back. And we'll take a chair pose here. Sit your hips back in space. Take a peek over your knees. Make sure you can see your toes. If you can't, bring your weight a little bit farther back towards your heels. Let the heat build. 2 more breaths here. Remember to breathe in your chair pose. And we'll meet in one-legged balance. Rise with your bent right knee. For a little extra challenge here, you might straighten out that right leg. Maybe arms reach towards the ceiling. And then we'll all meet in Warrior One. Step the right foot long behind you. In Warrior One, hips squared to the front of your space. Arms reach, shoulders soften down the back. Remember to tone your core here. Make your base nice and strong. And then open up into Warrior Two. Reach towards the front and back of our space. Press into the knife edge of your foot. Recommit to the bend in your front knee. Let the shoulders soften down the back. And reverse triangle, front leg straightens, reach the left arm back behind you. Gaze up. And then begin to transition back into Warrior Two. And we'll meet in side angle, right forearm plants, or left forearm plants on left thigh. Right arm reaches, then arcs up and overhead. For more engagement with the obliques, you might extend your left arm forward, parallel to the top, like you're holding a big beach ball above your head. And then we'll all meet in a wide-legged forward fold. Feet come parallel to the short edges of the mat. Aim your crown towards the ground below. Plant your palms in front of your face, halfway lift the spine, gaze forward. And then we'll meet in Goddess pose, toes out, heels in, sink the hips. Weight in the knife edges of the feet, hug outer hips towards midline. From here, we'll take some Goddess crunches. Start by bringing your hands behind your head. Take a big inhale in center. Exhale, aim your right elbow down towards your right knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, crunch the other way. Inhale, center. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, center. Exhale, crunch. One more inhale to meet me back in center. Then we'll come into a crescent lunge at the front of our space, pivoting on the toes. High on the ball mound of that back foot. Deep bend in the front knee. Let the shoulders be soft. And runner's lunge. Bring your hands down to frame your front foot. You might use blocks here, or just reach down for the mat. From here, we'll twist out our runner's lunge. Right hand plants, left arm reaches, gaze up. Focus on bringing that left shoulder blade back in space. From here, options is step back into a side plank. Bring your left foot back to meet your right. From here, maybe you stay or raise the left leg up to hip height. Option from here to come into a wild thing. Tap your left toes back behind you, then rise your hips up towards the ceiling. Reach your left hand towards the front of your space. Keep raising the hips towards the ceiling. We'll all meet back in side plank. Then full plank, bring the left arm down. And then return back to downward facing dog. In down dog, take a few deep breaths here. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. And we'll do that whole flow on the other side. Start by meeting me in a forward fold at the top of your space. From here, draw your hands to shins, halfway lift the spine, gaze forward, and then rise into upward facing mountain. Circle sweep the arms up and overhead. And then meet me in mountain pose, hands pressed together in front of the heart. Tone the core, tone the legs, let the shoulders be soft. Then sit the hips back, chair pose. Option to stay, or maybe you take a powerful pose, reach towards the seams of the room, spread the fingers out wide. Powerful poses, meet me back in chair pose, and then rise with your bent left knee for standing balance. Again, for more challenge, maybe that left leg straightens, maybe the arms reach, maybe the gaze follows. And then we'll all meet in warrior one. Step the left foot long behind you, reach towards the ceiling, let the shoulders soften down the back. Press into the knife edge of your back foot to engage the glute. And then open up warrior two. Reach towards the front and back of your space. Let the shoulders be soft. Recommit to that bend in your front knee. And reverse triangle, front leg straightens, reach the right arm back behind you. Gaze up. Start to return back through warrior two. And then come into side angle. Right forearm plants, left arm reaches, then arcs up and overhead. Maybe the right arm comes parallel to the top, like you're holding a big beach ball above your head. Focus on bringing this left shoulder blade back in space. And then come into a wide-legged forward fold. Feet parallel to the short edges of the mat. Let your crown hang down towards the ground. Press into the palms, halfway lift the spine. And then we'll meet in goddess pose, toes out, heels in, sink the hips. Weight in the knife edges of the feet, hug the outer hips towards midline. And we'll take those goddess crunches, bring your hands behind your head. Big inhale and center. Exhale, aim your left shoulder down towards your left knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, crunch the other way. Inhale, center. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, center. Exhale, crunch. One more inhale to come back through center. Then we'll all meet in a crescent lunge at the front of our space, high on the ball mound of that foot. Pause here, find your stability. Then bring your hands down to frame your front foot, runner's lunge. Find a little lift in the chest. And we'll twist it out. Left hand plants, right arm reaches, gaze up. From here, step back to side plank, right foot steps back to meet left. Option to raise that upper leg up to hip height. Maybe come into wild thing. Tap the right toes back behind you, then pick up the hips, gaze back for your right fingertips behind you. Keep pressing that left sole hand down into the mat. Return back through side plank. Then we'll meet in full plank. And then downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling out the mouth. And then we'll meet in a child's pose. Drop the knees, bring the toes together, arms stretch forward. You might roll the forehead from side to side. Maybe reach the arms extra forward, come up on tented fingers to rinse out through the shoulders. And then we'll all transition onto our backs for our cool down here. Meet me on your back with your knees bent, feet planted on the mat. From here, you might bring your hands to your belly to stay connected to your breath for the rest of practice. Start by heel-toeing your feet out to mat with distance, then let the knees windshield wiper from side to side at your own pace. As your knees fall to the right, you might look left with the head. As they fall to the left, you might look right for a little counter movement. Start to even out those windshield wipers now. Pause with your knees pointed up towards the ceiling. We'll come into fallen bridge. Let the knees knock inward towards each other and rest up against each other. This helps release the low back. Stay for one more breath. Then let the knees start to gently separate and heel-toe the feet back to hip width distance. Draw both knees in towards chest. Place one hand on each knee and guide your knees in a circular motion, massaging around the sacrum, that flat area in the low back region. You might switch the direction you're rotating the knees. And then begin to pause and center. We'll set up for a supine twist. Bring your arms out to a T or maybe a cactus shape. Let your knees fall over to the right. Gaze might look left. Stay for 5 deep breaths. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. Once that's complete, engage your core, draw the knees back through center, and let them fall over to the left. Gaze might look right. Supine twist the other way. Stay for 5 deep breaths. Once that's complete, engage your core, draw the knees back through center, and make your way towards Shavasana, your final resting pose. Legs go long, arms rest long beside you, or any other pose that is comfortable for you, and you can find some stillness. In Shavasana, bring your attention to your breath, taking nice deep inhales and exhales, letting all the tension, all the engagement release from the body. Start to bring movement back to the body, and then meet me back in a seat here. That concludes our Wild Thing practice. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Namaste.